Off we go. It's Ryan Hartson Show on the BWC Network. I am Ryan Hartson. What an excellent program we have for you on this Tuesday. We will finally break down a Monday Night Football game. Haven't done it. Haven't done it yet this season. Pretty much because the game's been bad. It was another bad game last night, but because it was the Cowboys, and we figure a lot of you care about the Cowboys out there because they are America's team, or maybe they're like the anti-America's team. So so many of you hate them that you'll end up listening to this. It's the hope, so we'll break that down right now. Coming up next, we will break down the top 10 teams in the National Football League. It's Ryan's NFL Power Rankings for Week 3. And there's been a little movement in the Power Rankings. In fact, there are a few teams that weren't even there last week. I think there's like two. I want to say there are two NFL teams that weren't there last week. Or one. Is it one? Yeah. There's one team that wasn't there last week. So, there you go. It's interesting. The power rankings are interesting. They're fun. They're pointless. I just want to break it down. And remember, I do look at things a little differently than everybody else. So you might want to pay attention because, I'm obviously the one who's right. So, my 5 views, you guys should pay attention. Because, I'm a witch doctor. So let's get started. Cowboys, Redskins, the Monday night game last night. Listen, I'm a busy guy. I am. I got a lot of stuff going on in my life. I do a lot of stuff. I work really hard. Okay? Honestly, if you can't score touchdowns on Monday Night Football, I will go to bed. I mean, sounds like a threat. It is. I am threatening the National Football League. Okay? If you can't put a game on Monday Night Football where teams are going to score touchdowns and I am going to be interested, I will go to sleep. Okay? Tied at 9 at halftime? Really? All field goals with those two offenses? You gave me field goals last night? I went to bed. That's enough. 9 points. That's all you're going to give me on Monday Night Football. All right? I've been working all day, guys. I've been working all day. I need to come home to a game that is watchable. This was unwatchable in the first half. I couldn't do it, so I went to bed. That's enough. I don't care. I'll watch the highlights and I'll do the show. It's no big deal. I went to bed. If you can't schedule games that matter, significant games, and they're going to be exciting, you have to captivate me. If I'm not captivated in the first half, I will go to bed. I don't care. This show isn't that important. Regardless, Cowboys won the football game 18-16. What I got out of it was, I'm still undefeated picking Monday Night Football games. Thank you. Thank you. I know. I'm just a rock star and a wizard and a witch doctor. Those are like the 3 names that I continuously sarcastically call myself. If you haven't noticed, I switch between rock star, wizard, and witch doctor. That's kind of where I'm headed right now. So, but you look at the football game. I mean, this comes down to Romo making plays at the end. He made a couple of nice throws. The Cowboys moved the ball up and down, really. And at the end of it, the Cowboys are just better than the Redskins are. And, Romo made one bad throw. And for broken ribs, 22 out of 36, 255. It's pretty good. So he had a really nice game. Did some good things. Felix Jones gave them the balance that they needed. 14 carries, 115 yards. Got a 40-yard run in there, so he was nice. They did a nice job with that. And Dez Bryant looks to be a beast, as we knew he was that before. Felix Jones making some catches out of the backfield. Jason Witten was there. Miles Austin didn't play last night. Cowboys are just a nice team. Nice team, did a lot of nice things. Looking for total yards, 375 yards offense. So, moved the ball pretty well. Redskins, 298. So, they did okay. Redskins were okay. They look good, not great. I'm not impressed. The Skins are going to fall back eventually. They just don't have the talent these other teams do. They are nowhere near as talented as Dallas or the Giants or Philadelphia. They just don't have the pieces. I mean, It's either old or young, guys you never heard of, and Sexy Rexy's your quarterback. I mean, that's the bottom line. Look at your quarterback. Now, he was good. I mean, he was all right. 22 for 37, 250, touchdown and a pick. He was okay. That's okay. Grossman's all right. Fumbled at the end. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Grossman choked at the end. Fumbled the football. He did it a million times in Chicago, and he'll do it a million times in Washington. That's who he is. Fumbled the football in a clutch situation. He's been that his entire career. So, Rex Grossman making the mistakes. Can he play mistake-free football on the road was one of the questions yesterday. That answer is no. A pick and that fumble at the end. Cowboys win the game. And all they did was kick field goals. Didn't score a touchdown. So, I mean, when you win a game and you don't score any touchdowns, I think that shows the ineptitude of the other team. Like, if the Redskins don't give up any touchdowns and they give up all 18 points worth of field goals, and you only score 16 points, like, come on. You're supposed to be a potent offense. You've looked a little more potent than that in the first two games. You start running into elite teams, suddenly this happens. And the Cowboys are up there. I think the Cowboys are one of the better teams in football. They're one of the best teams in the NFC, and you can't say they're not. They are. The Cowboys are really, really good. Romo's a great quarterback. They play defense the right way, and they got receivers all over the place. I mean, their receiving core is ridiculously talented. Miles Austin, Dez Bryant, Jason Witten, the tight end. Those are some really good pieces. I mean, they have talent everywhere. That line is good. Their defensive front seven is excellent. Their secondary, a little iffy. But, they're just a good team. The Cowboys are really, really good. They're going to be in it all year. And the Redskins aren't. The Redskins are going to fall back eventually. They just don't have the parts. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. So it was a nice game, I guess, if you watched it. I went to bed. Seriously. Game tied at 9 at halftime. If you can't score touchdowns and keep me interested, I will go to sleep. I don't care that much. And that's what you should have taken out of that, more so than all this crap about the game. Who cares? Cowboys are better. We knew that. We knew that going in, and we know that coming out. Redskins just aren't that good. You don't give up any touchdowns, and they still score 18 points, and you lose the game. Like, that's just a sign of a team that's just, they don't get it. They don't get it, and they're not that good. And we knew that about the Redskins. They played bad teams. That's why they're 2-0. 2-1, depending on who they play next week. 2-2, 2-3, 2-4. I mean, they are going to fall back quickly. It's the Redskins, people. And I said that about the Bills too. See how that got me. The difference, the Bills actually do have a little talent. I just wasn't paying attention because I don't spend a lot of time in Buffalo, New York. Sorry. So there you go. That's the football game. All right, good stuff. Moving on. Your top 10 teams in the National Football League, who I think. Some teams have moved around a bit, and guess who dropped from number 1? Shocking. We'll move on. That'll be next. I am Ryan Hartson. It's the BWC Network.